Hello, my name is Melody Buckner, and I have been asked to talk to you a little bit about humanizing online teaching and learning. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself and why they may have asked me to do this. I am the Associate Vice Provost of Digital Learning and Online Education at the University of Arizona. My PhD was actually around digital storytelling as an assessment practice and study abroad programs. So I kind of have that lens of language a little bit, but mainly a lot of technology and digital storytelling as one of the key themes of what I have researched. So they asked me to talk to you a little bit about humanizing online education, and I've got about 15 minutes. So instead of doing a kind of a boring PowerPoint, I thought I might give you some websites that you can refer to that might help you in with ideas for what you can do in the classroom. So the first site I'm going to start with is our site at the University of Arizona. Now, this site was created for our faculty, but I think you might benefit from some of the ideas that we have on here. So I'm just going to start with the digital learning. That was me, by the way, and I don't have my camera on, so I wanted to humanize it a little bit. There I am again by showing what I look like. Uh, this is a team of people who really help faculty at the University of Arizona engage students in the virtual learning environment. And you can see this is all of our team working with faculty. This is a great resource. It's just digitallearning.arizona.edu. You can see that there's an area for instructors. There's an area for students. You can learn about our team a little bit. I'm trying to think if I go into instructor services, you can see that we talk about some things that faculty have access to, but some things that you might think about as you're working with online education. So it's a good little website to explore. This is instructional design, a little different than curriculum development, which you are probably familiar with. This actually, instructional designers actually help faculty put their courses online. I bet you wish you had access to instructional designers. Most people do once they get to work with one. But this is our team. Also, some media production. Now, some of the things that we do, especially with the technologies, uh, might be available to you as free. So if I refer to some tools, some of them you might be able to use. There's some really good ones for language learning. So I'll be talking about those a little later. But feel free to go through this. And if you're interested in digital learning, helping out, we have helped out in the K-12 environment with some of the work that we do. So don't be afraid to reach out. I'm pretty friendly, and we can see what we can do for you. So that's me, and that's digital learning. That's the University of Arizona, what we're doing. But when I hear humanizing the virtual environment or online education, there's a colleague of mine that this is her life's work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you her website. And her name is Michelle Pacansky Brock. She is one of the most loveliest people I've ever encountered in this world. I actually stumbled upon her online syllabus, which was beautiful. She's an artist, and it was beautiful syllabus. And I finally got to meet her, and I was like, like meeting a rock star. And she's so funny, and she's just like, I can't believe you thought that. But she just her ideas around humanizing online education have really touched me. And so I thought I would just share her site with you. This will give you a place you can really do a deeper dive. And then I thought we could maybe go over some of her resources just so that you can get an idea of what's going on. So she does have a blog Great blog. She keeps it up to date, so I would definitely go to that. But she actually wrote a book too. It's a really good book. It's her dissertation. So she got her PhD, and let's go and look at it. Why not? It's called Best Practices for Teaching with Emerging Technologies. And it's a really good document. I believe it's what we call an OER, or an open access, an open educational resource. So that's something for you to go to. So excited. Okay, let's go back here. Because what I want to focus on is this humanizing. So she gives a guide to humanizing online teaching and learning. This is a great little pocket professional development guide. I'm not going to play it for you, but I think it's something that you can go to on your own and really do a deeper dive into. So that is humanizing. The thing that I pulled out is another resource, and I'm trying to think where I got this off of her site. So let's go back and explore a little bit. Oh, I thought it was on the humanizing slide. Well, I pulled out some things from her website. So let's just go to them and talk about them. This one is this is actually a course, I believe, on humanizing education and online education. So this is another place for you to explore. It's called onlinenetworkofeducators.org. So another great site for you to explore. This was on her site. I'm just not sure exactly where I found it, but at least we have the URL, so you can go right to it. What I want to take the next couple minutes to go over is her infographic. And I think this is a really good synopsis of how to humanize your online course. This is done in PictoChart. If you don't know about this, it's a great resource. It's free, and you can have your students do these too, just to do these little infographics. I have my students create infographics in the course that I teach. So it's a lot of fun for students. It kind of gets them into doing something different than the traditional kind of assessments. So this kind of goes through talking about what is humanizing. So of course you can read that. That's actually from the literature. But let's go down and talk about some practical things when it comes to humanizing, which is facilitation. And I think right now, as we're going through, COVID and 19, I guess I need to say COVID-19, students are really feeling out of place. They're feeling unsure about the world that they're living in and the world that's maybe ahead of them. And some things that you can really do in your course, in your online course, is one, be there. Be there for your students. Don't be a robot. Have a lively welcome video. Offer feedback. That's either you talking or a video. Greet students every week with a video. Now, just to let you know, I think what she's talking about here is those online courses that are asynchronous, which means that you never meet face to face. And honestly, that's probably the best way to do online education. This Zoom stuff is driving me banana boats. It's just too intense, and I'm an administrator at U of A, and I sit in meetings for like 8 hours a day on Zoom, and I am just like losing my mind. So I can't even imagine students having to do this. So she is talking about asynchronous, where students can go and be there when they want to. The next thing is empathy. Empathy is really sensing when your students need extra support. And then finally, awareness. And this is really getting to know your students. So I think those are three foundations for facilitating: presence, empathy, and awareness. She goes into course design a little bit, and I'll let you explore that. And then she drills down into learning domains. And I want to get down to this community of inquiry, which is really important when it comes to online teaching. Having social presence, having a teaching presence, and then having the cognitive presence. And she actually puts the research around this. So, you know, I'm a researcher, so I like to read what is in the literature. So this kind of gives you down here all of these articles. It's really tiny, but I think you can like scroll in and make it bigger and get those. So that's this on how to humanize your online class. The other thing I want to touch on quickly, because we don't have a whole lot of time, is the Humanizing Tool Buffet, which also comes off of her page. And these are a collection of tools that I think you might find helpful in teaching your class, whether it's virtual or whether it's face-to-face. These are free. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic right now to do this little presentation. So that's a free one. Adobe Spark is a great way to break the PowerPoint cycle and get students to be interactive in their videos. All of these are really good. If you're not familiar with them, just click on them and go explore. These were tools that deliver that human touch. Tools for communication. VoiceThread. This is one of my absolute all-time favorites. I was actually the one that brought it to U of A and got us to use it in our online courses. Michelle speaks for VoiceThread. She feels so strongly about it. If you're not familiar with VoiceThread, please check it out. It is free, and it's really powerful, especially for language. I think it's a really good one that can be used for language. Slack, there's a free version of Slack. It's a great way to communicate. Google Docs, another way to do a engagement of students working together on projects. Padlet, this is a really fun one to do. We used this in our faculty meeting the other day online, where everybody went in and put in information. So it's a really good one. Flipgrid, that's a really fun one to use too. I think a lot of these, I think your students would find engaging. Tools for creating beautiful content, I believe is what this says. And again, Michelle's an artist, so some of these, really go to the artist in her, but I think this is a great way for you to get your students engaged through art and through online. Okay, that's kind of what I have for you. I only had 15 minutes to talk to you. What I do want to do is go back and give you my information so that you can get in touch with me, and I will be there for it's all my team. I have the best team in the whole world. So this is my information. There's my email. Please feel free to email me. This is all the information on me. I do have a blog. I do publish. So if you kind of search my name, you'll actually find my website. Let me take you to my website really quickly. It's really easy to find. It's melodybuckner.com. And there's a whole bunch of stuff on me. So please feel free to reach out if you want to talk to me, or if you want to, explore some research together. I'm always open for doing those fun things. So with that, I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you got at least a couple of tidbits of information on how to humanize teaching and learning in the online classroom. Thank you.